Hello. Welcome everybody. Happy Father's Day to be later actually. Happy Father's Day everybody. So we're gonna start. Actually, I was running little late, but I know it's 8 o'clock. So it's the summertime. I schedule little. I change the time, like probably around 8:30 Eastern time. We do over the weekend before the market starts. So we're gonna prepare for these market conditions. As we all know, that market is crazy sell-off going on. So welcome everybody. We should be live on YouTube as well as on Twitter as well as on Discord. So people can join. People who wants to see my screens, what I'm talking, and when I talk, I always talk about my some technicals. When I talk technicals, you will be able to see my screens if you are on YouTube. So those people who did not join on YouTube, they can go to, you can just Google it up, YouTube top trading edge, one word, top trading edge, one word, or you can click on my profile on Twitter and you can find the link right there on the top. It says link tree right there. That's where you can click and you can see all the bunch of link in that. You can click on YouTube live and that's where you're gonna take you there. All right, so slowly, yep, right there. All right, so we will start as we had a long weekend, guys, and market was closed, and let's start actually. So I'll start with the disclaimer first. This video is for education purpose only. I do not sell any financial advice or recommendation to buy or sell any sort of stocks or investment. For your financial action, please consult with your professional financial advisor before making any financial decision, and make sure you do your due diligence before you enter any of your trade. Could be very risky. All right, so let's start with the market first. What exactly happened last week, because we had a lots of selling going on last week. I did not do any prep work, guys, because I had my son had a graduation party, so we graduation, then following party, and then my younger son had a birthday. So quite hectic whole weekend. My computer was off. I just turned on actually 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. All right, so anyway, let's start what exactly happened on this weekend, and then at least will reach to some sort of point of what I think in the future, how market look like. So as we can see, this everybody, those who join here, we all know that I always create my own waves where the market is, how the market is behaving. Based on that, we follow the directions and where the market makers are heading. So as you can see, this is the north wave, this is the south wave, this is the north wave, this is south wave, right? So as we all can see, market was here 417, and then we sell off and we ended around 362, and then we kind of bounce, but we need to see, because we have the wick below the body right here. So we need to see how far it's finding the support or not. That's what I need to wait, because then fresh new week start. But guys, we need to keep it in mind that this is not just a week starting, but we also the June. Okay, the June is a quarterly month end, not the quarter month end, right? So quarter month end is many company, they do have to close certain positions because it's a quarterly month end, and that is not happening this Friday, which is, we are still 10 days to go, right? It's 10 more days to go, so it's still the fresh book is going on right now. So many people are asking, what do you think, Josh, market gonna crash more right away or is gonna consolidate? Well, these are the things I can look. So let's see how far I need to check, see how far so far we sell off from the top, which was right here 417, and let's see how far we touch down here. So we touch down around, so market sell off around 13 points from the previous bull cycle to this cycle. 13% market drop from here. Okay, but then how about from the previous cycle? Previous cycle was here, which was 462, and market sell off market sell-off was 22%, which was the previous, and then the third one, which was right here, the January one, 482 right here, 480 actually right here. So let me go here this side so you can see, and then I'm going to delete it. So 480, and then we were lower here, which is 25%. Okay, so hope people are getting here that market did sell off from the top to the bottom in 2022 was total 25% approximately. Okay, 24.5. Then the second wave, which is 462, from there to these we sell off 21%, 22%. And the last cycle, so let me get rid of you know what, last cycle, which was just the previous. I need to get rid of this so people know this is the pointless. So right here, from the previous bull cycle to this bear cycle, the previous bull higher resistance and we got rejected, and we brought down back to 362 right here. So we were down 13% from here to here. So normally what I need to do is, this is the bull cycle from here to here, right? Let's see how much bull this was when we did run up high. We run up 10%, this one. So these run up was 10%, this down was 13%. This run up bull was around 10%, this bear was 13%. Okay, so keep it in mind, guys. Okay, why I'm going in that direction, because you know there's a whenever market sell off. So let's go and analyze. This is 10%, right? So how about this cycle? But this cycle was not this cycle was weekly cycle. If you can see, consolidated, lower high, lower low, consolidated, lower high, lower low, consolidated, lower high, lower low. Then we compress around 4 days right here. Then we went up, lower high, then compress in here and got rejected, and then we went down. So I hope people can see on their screens. That's the best way, because this space right now is all about you know, there's a lot of combination. It's not just the talk. If you wanted to, you know, just listen, then probably, you know, after an hour or so, maybe I'll be able to, you know, talk more in terms of talking. But it's all about, I like to show you what I see, so that way you get to know what I'm showing here. Okay, it's very important to know exactly how the market is behaving, because you know, we can talk a lot apart from policies and, you know, financials, but I also need to see how the market behaving technically, because that's where the real price action is happening, right? So that's what I teach here, because I'm not just a guy who gonna just go and do technicals and, you know, don't have any knowledge about what the policies are, or, you know, what the financials are. I got to keep everything in mind. Okay, so here we down 13% in a 1 week, guys. Look at this 1 week, pretty much we were down 13%. So my thesis is, right now we have a tremendous pressure, guys. There is no buyer in the market. Total, I would say around 85% sell signal in total any indexes you pick. And what do you mean 85% sell signals are, basically? So every stock is in a bear territory based on their below 50-day moving average, below 100-day moving average, below 200-day moving average, right? So every stock pretty much is in 85% stocks are below, you know, they are in bear territory. So what does it mean, Josh? Because what happens is, you know, like you and me always try to analyze in a different ways. Hey, this stock gonna go fly, and, you know, on a thesis of thinking. No, so many software, which many institutions, they follow the software. They have like big company, big institution like BlackRock. No, they have their software. In that software, all these company have a lot of every company's data is already built in feeded. Once the data get feeded, based on the feed, it creates the bearish cycles and bullish cycles, overall market cycles I'm talking about, not only just the one stock, overall bullish cycle, bearish cycle. So based on that, I'm telling you overall 85% stocks are in a bear. So what does it mean? What I think, whenever in their software it goes into bear territory, it takes about 4 to 5, guys, listen to me very carefully, it takes about 4 to 5, sometimes, maybe, but 4 to 5 quarters, not the weeks, 4 to 5 quarters it will take to come back. Many stocks, it will take 4 to 5 weeks. That is very dangerous sign for these market conditions are right now. 4 to 5 quarters will take them to come back in these market conditions. So what does it mean? That means there is no buyer in the market, because who gonna go and burn their money? Look at this daily, when this I mentioned about it, those who were, when we were here and I say, hey, my MACD is pointing down and we are way far from the signal lines and looks like we're gonna turn down, and look what exactly happened here. So our mastery, guys, top trading edge mastery is how to find the direction. That's the mastery, guys, I have. And I always trying to predict, not the predict, guys, okay, I analyze, and whenever I see something is happening, it does happen. Okay, it is happening like that. I might say that, hey, these are the wave. Whenever the wave changes, I find the wave is changing, whether it's north or south, right? So as we all know, when the wave were changing here, I analyze it that, hey, wave is about can change. If that change, when we break the floor, absolutely, and then is what exactly happened here, and same thing what it did. Now the pressure is super duper downward, because I did not have a crystal ball, guys, okay. I'm not talking about crystal ball, and I do not teach here anybody that, hey, anticipation, that, hey, market tomorrow gonna bounce and let's go and buy calls. That's not how I teach. What I teach here is we need to analyze properly. So not just technical, we got to look at all the surroundings, everything we need to take a look at around market conditions and how the markets are moving. Based on that, we need to analyze. So what I always say is here is let the market maker, whenever the new week starts, what I teach here is let the market maker go first, see how they are behaving, what they are doing, how they are finding their path, because they have to create the liquidity in the market. You and me cannot go first, because the moment we go first, we will be the loser. If you wanted to wipe out your account, you can go in first and anticipate, maybe one time you can win, but at the end you will be loser. Why? Because 95% people lose money. They think that they are they know everything about the market. No, we do not know the market. Market condition changes when it comes to intraday, guys, okay. So anyway, right now what I think is we need to go one step at a time here. In these particular cases right here, in this condition right here, we are right now finding the support here around 360 365 range. So as we all know, futures are up, and that could be a trap also. And I do have some long positions, small, but as you all know that when I have a long position, because it was exhausted here, and I announced on Friday that, hey, we are little exhausted because of this 13% drop in a week. But I have a very long option positions and stocks I carry. As I announced that it's a very risky, but I have a long period of time in my hand. So I said I'm gonna be whatever it would be, I will move on Monday, Tuesday, I'll move out of it. It's just a temporary position I had it, but long run I'm super duper bearish on market. I'm super duper bearish, guys, okay. I feel super duper bearish on the market condition, because it's very hard for market to find the buyer in this current condition. So many people think, oh wow, 360 is a good market price to go and jump in, because if you look at the many stocks, they are discounted price. I agree, but the condition has worsened now, guys. Okay, what do you mean my condition has worsened? Because I was talking about the bond. Okay, so look, in our community, everybody has their own thinking of how the bond market behaves, and my thinking is different, and that's exactly what I announced few months ago, not today. Few months ago, what I announced about the market, that about the bond market, and let me show you. So let me go to 30-year bond, 10-year bond. Where did we go? Right here. So if you look at the yield market, look at that, yield is bouncing from here, and I guess, and remember I said that I did tweets, guys, every time I tweet. So last week Fed did buy around $3 or $4 billion. Their balance sheet went up. Last week they did $14 billion QE. So they did purchase, guys. Their balance sheet grown up in last week. And if you see these two red candles on a yield market, because right now bonds are the most vulnerable, guys. Okay, if you look at the whole international world, I'm not talking about just the US, I'm talking about the whole world, guys. Okay, we have a biggest problem right now, which I mentioned many months ago, that hey, we are in a big trouble, and that's what the can of worm is about to open, and is opening. And I've been tweeting, guys. Those who follow me, they get my all the tweets and alerts, and they have to understand, if they have questions, I'm always live. As you know that market hours are market hours. I'm live 9:30 until 5 p.m. every day, guys, and free. So anybody can join live YouTube as well as on Twitter Space, and they get to know everything, whatever things are happening, all the early alerts, right? But you got to join on a YouTube, and those who did not subscribe, you can go and subscribe on YouTube. You get to know. So now this is what I can think right now, guys, is okay. So yield is rising up. Okay, Fed cannot control right now. Fed job is to right now control the demand and supply. Their goal right now, even the President Biden also called Jerome Powell, say, hey, we need to control the inflation. So their first priority is inflation. So how do you control the inflation? My basic foundation, guys, okay, hear me out very, very carefully. No matter what people say, these market is sold out, that, and market is gonna go bounce, whatever things are, that's not the right measurement, right? Right measurement is the inflation. Where we are, inflation is the one which is most sticky inflation in our economy. Fed can manage many things, but inflation is very hard, guys, because it's very sticky. Why it is inflation sticky? Because we pumped $5 trillion into this economy, and now those $5 trillion, many people, let me tell you why crypto is falling. Many people think, oh, crypto is falling, Bitcoin went down this, and all the stock market is falling, but you got to understand why this thing is happening. What is the cause? Why it happened? And those who are joining new, they would not know if they do not know. So as we all know, that it's a combination of many things, and I'll add a few points here. Combination of many things. In 2018, we supposed to do QT. We started QT 2018, and when we started the QT, Apple also, you can go take a look at it, 40% drop in September, October, November, December, like 3-4 months at that time, and then market was about to crash. And as you all know, Trump came out and said, hey, Jerome Powell, I'm going to fire you if you don't stop this. Pretty much market was falling. December, you can go and take a look at October, November, December. So it was happening. And then Jerome Powell got afraid, and he stopped. That time our Fed balance sheet was $4 trillion. These are the real true story. I'm telling you that this is exactly what happened. Okay. So $4 trillion Fed balance sheet was in 2018, and they prolonged, say, hey, we're going to do QT in 2019. So I'm not blaming that, hey, Republican or Democrat, any politician, they always want to do QE. Nobody likes QT, because the QT means the people will suffer and they're gonna lose their votes, right? That's the reason. Doesn't matter if he's a Republican or a Democrat. Nobody likes QT. Everybody likes QE, and that's why they keep printing. So 19 we did not do, and to 2020 we did the, what happened, pandemic, right? Pandemic happened, and then we pumped up a lot of money into the economy, and then what happened? $5 trillion went inside basically. So $9 trillion right now balance sheet we have, 2020, 2021, and 2022 also, because that's what been said, and that's why we are paying for it. So we did extraordinary QE, which was not, that was outrageous QE. $5 trillion stimulus package we have given to, and on top there's a lot of corporation took a lot of money, a lot of people got a lot of money, and that all the liquidity went inside the different assets, which and all asset it went inside. So as you all know, most of the money went inside equity market, most of the money went inside the crypto world. The moment people get $1,000 check, they go and pump it into the, probably in the stock or probably crypto, whatever they were used to buy, right? Then many corporations, they got PPE loans. When they got the PPE loan, what do you think? They, all the stock buy options and whatnot, everything pumped up crazy, right? So $5 trillion, what outrageous. So that $5 trillion went into the, so demand created lot, but the production, because GDP, that's how the GDP has to work with the parallelly. If the GDP does not work, what happens? We all were locked down. The world is getting locked down, and we are printing money and giving out to the people, and those money we were giving $5 trillion, a lot. That's a lot of money. So what happened is GDP is getting locked down, and we are printing money and giving out to the people. So that creates the huge demand, because no production and huge demand. What will happen? Inflation. So the price will skyrocket, because everybody was making a lot of money into stock market. Those who were, but they were holding money into their portfolio. So slowly, as I announced few months ago, hey, everybody portfolio, remember guys, I announced loud and clear that, hey, they're gonna take out of money from your portfolio, because inflation, to reduce the inflation, is not rising the rate. I announced that time, rising the rate is only a few percentage, but to take the money out of people portfolio, then people not gonna go and buy houses, they're not gonna go buy a car, they're not gonna go to shop around Home Depot, they're not gonna do big projects, they're not gonna buy cars, right? That's the big thing. And I announced earlier, right? I said this is going to happen. So those who follow me many months, they exactly know what I said this. I predict everything. I told Bitcoin was $48,000. I said get out of the Bitcoin. Bitcoin gonna go down the hill, and I announced that it's gonna go to 20,000, and it's gonna touch. But I did not know this is gonna be that fast. I did not expect that. I thought probably maybe September, because the QT properly starts in September time. September is because they reduced the QT, supposed to be for 95 billion, but then they made it half and made it for 47.5 billion. So as we all know, right? So what exactly happened right now is we inflated the economy way high. Then what happened is we had the war started, and when we know the February war started, we put a little gasoline on a fire. Why? Because all the production stopped, everything got stopped from Ukraine and from Russia, is all energy. Everything revolve around the energy, guys. Everything you see, we need energy. Without energy, world gets stopped. You need the energy. Our computer, our house, everything rotate through the energy, because that's logistic involved, everything involved into the energy. Without energy, thing doesn't work, right? So energy got halted. Little bit energy got halted because of the Russia war, Ukraine war, and then we put a little more gasoline on a fire, and that's why the, as you all know, oil price was started going before the war. If you take a look at it, I'll show you so you can understand, because many people say, hey, no, oil just started going up because of the war. No, look at this. Okay, so I'll show you right here. Look at this. When we are here, look at this December. Look at here in August. Oil was $60, and then bang, $60 to $85, right? And then again little come down, and guess what? Then in December, look at this. then we touch here on February, and then we all know the war started in February somewhere here probably, and then the oil shoot up around here. Oil shoot up right here. I remember this probably somewhere around February right here. So you see this oil did shoot up, and it's like a gasoline on a fire. So oil was going up and up because of the inflation started, but then all the scenario whatever happened in the oil, it shoot up, and it can probably go also a little bit higher, depends on how the politicians are controlling the oil. Okay, I'm not saying oil gonna go always higher or not, but I did announce that, hey, I'm let me show you what I was talking about the oil. So as you can see, oil has hit the resistance around this area, right, which is 108% up here. If the oil should again in a summertime, if the all demand, is all about demand and supply, guys. Okay, people gonna come out and they say oil gonna go to 200, oil gonna go to 150. Well, it can be, it cannot be, depends on it. But the way right now what is happening is, if we start the recession, okay, if somebody says are we in a recession, if we are in the recession, or we how close are we into the recession, then every time remember, oil recession always followed by the oil. Remember, oil cannot keep going up and recession cannot keep going, recession bar cannot going up. You follow? Nope, never happens, guys. 1999, and you can take a look at 2008, you can look at now, every time, even 1975 also, oil whenever goes up, followed, there's always recession followed by. So same thing, if are we in recession right now, you should ask yourself a questions, are we in recession? If we are already feeling the recession, then oil might, okay, I'm telling you, it's all about the numbers, it's all about the GDP, it's about people, how many people have jobs, how many people are losing the job, started losing job. That is your real indicator to analyze, guys. Some people ask me, Josh, do you think the oil is the high price? Well, guys, I'm telling you, what is the everything controlled by the politician, guys. Okay, politician, guys, everything is politician. Okay, everything goes around, revolve around the politician. So do you think any Republican, or I mean not the Republican or Democrat, I would say, but yeah, absolutely, right now oil price, nobody wants to pay. 99% people in America who lives in, nobody likes the oil price higher, right? Who likes it? The people who own the stock, people who have the, you know, the company, who have a shareholders and stuff like that. So how many people are those? 0.01%, maybe 0.1%, right? Those are the only people expect oil to go higher, right? Probably, I would think. Anyway, so I'm not gonna go into route, but what I think is about demand and supply. Everything revolve around the demand and supply. So what I notice here is demand and supply. If you think the recession has started, then oil price is already peaked. This is the what I can think. Okay, if the recession has not started yet and still has a long way to go, little bit, then oil can go and test 146 right here, 147 probably. That's the major resistance I can think. But another thing I add right now here, guys. Okay, lately I notice that market maker already started tanking the oil. Some reason is the guys, remember this, what do you think this market, this market runs by just the demand and supply? Just because forget about oil, is this our equity market runs by demand and supply? Just because you're not buying, that's why? No, man, it's all, if they want to take it up, they can take it up. If they don't want to take it down, they can take it down. The only thing is, it's not happening in one day. Okay, I have seen this. If they want to take it down, they take it up, but it costs a lot of money. Anything they want to take it out, depend how far they want to take it down, how far they want to take it up. But they got the power. I have seen this power, and I'm telling you, it's all about the power, guys. You and me cannot change this direction. You and me, we cannot change. But demand and supply is the main scenario what I can think. So as you can see, what I draw here, US oil is testing the trend line. Whenever we saw, I'll draw the trend line here, and look right here. Let me show you. Okay, we support the test in here, just to show you a little bit of points. So you can see here, we try to test this. This is the trend line. Every time we test the trend line, and it bounces, right? Okay, where are we right now? It's a diagonally going higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Same thing, but the trend is intact. What does this mean? It's very bullish. This trend is very bullish. When the trend breaks, remember we have, look at this. This is a very bullish trend, looks to me right here. I mean, let me right here. This is a very bullish ascending triangle setup right here. You see this? If as long as the oil stays in this triangle, is super duper bullish setup right now is on oil, guys. Super bullish setup right now here. But there's always, coin has a two side, guys. There is no one side. Coin does not have a one side. Coin has a two side. And what are the side you can see here? If this trend line breaks, that's what this market maker, if politician and market maker, they decided the direction and they want to change the direction. If we break the trend line, then this is the daily chart, okay guys, then we can definitely, probably, I'm just thinking around, okay, I'm just trying to think, probably we can test the linear line, probably $95. But once we break this 200-day moving average, which is $91, then yes, we can go and test this area, okay. $85. So these are the area what I can see right now. Whenever the trend line breaks, remember guys, whenever the trend line will break, it always tests the linear line. Depends on demand and supply, but I'm just telling you right now here. So one step at a time. We are very close to here, guys, okay. We are very close. Market trying to bounce, but you know, so this whole oil scenario, guys, those who are asking me, many people are asking in many places, there are a lot of oil mafia and they remain bullish, but they have to keep it in mind. There is a monetary, you know, you have to keep in mind monetary policy that also depict the price of the oil. Also you have to look at the economical condition, economical parameters, what are those, you know, how things are setting up. You can't just simply calculate, oh, these many people are using oils and, you know, look at how much oil used and probably it's gonna go higher and higher and higher. You do not want to be the part of that. Just like Bitcoin was $65,000. Bitcoin are gonna go to 100,000, are gonna go to 200,000, and guess what, went down, right? So you do not want to caught off guard. The moment it happens, well, who gonna lose? You lose or they lose? They always lose. I'll tell you right now, the people who always remain bullish all time, they lose lot. But then they have to hold it for 5 years. Maybe, you know, it happens, guys. Remember, it can happen. So it depends on it how you trade. That's what I always say, guys. Be smart. There's a cycle. Market has a cycle. If you know how to play with the cycle, you can make money. But if you don't know, and you'll be trapped into their agenda of whomsoever is. I'm talking about just the oil, any crypto, oil, equity. People gonna see Tesla gonna go to $2,000, $5,000, right? But it is up to you how you analyze, right? That's why I'm here and analyze and teach you guys. It's up to you how you manage, how you trade. Otherwise, you will be part of the social media trap, and you will be very happy when you see in your portfolio if you're holding oil stocks or anything else. But when it goes down, then you'll be pulling your hair. Oh boy, I did not sell at that, or whatever would be, no? So keep in mind, we are always live here, you know, every time, every day, 7 days a week. Right now, I'm not trying to scare you anything. Whatever I see, I gave you the analysis of oil, guys, where the oil is heading on a technical point of view, as well as the demand and supply economical indicator is very important. If you think the recession is going down, if the recession is already there, then oil can go down. If the recession is not there and still recession has a long way to go, then oil can go up. Oil can go up, right? So we will see how the demand and supply works. That's what you need to keep eyes on it. Market may be playing little games here, but this is the scenario layout here. So this is the oil, okay? Keep it in mind, guys. I hope I try to answer. I will open the space for everybody to ask the question right now. I'm just gonna go through the certain things. So I just went through oils and market conditions. So I'm gonna go through the Bitcoin also. Let me see actually, you know what, Bitcoin, because many people were asking me about the Bitcoin. Let me go to Bitcoin real quick. So I'll go and analyze the Bitcoin. Okay, right here. Okay, so as you can see on your chart, the Bitcoin, what exactly Bitcoin is doing here, right here, right? So let's go to monthly chart. Monthly chart. Okay. Okay, so let's go and take a look at monthly chart. What exactly what I said before. Those who know that, I mentioned about the Bitcoin, that hey, Bitcoin got rejected and we're gonna go down, and we broke the linear line. When the trend line broken, linear line broken, we are going to test, and my price target is $11,000. Okay, now many people think, Josh, you know, how can you come to these guys? Okay, I do not just analyze technically only. Okay, I analyze varieties ways, guys. And those who follow me, who knows me, they know exactly how. So okay, this is the one candle represent 1 month of the work. Each candle represent 1 month of the work. This is not a daily chart, this is a monthly. So I draw the trend line from here, 2017, when Bitcoin was $1,000, right here, right? Every time we touch and bounce, 2018 we bounce, right? Then again we test here in 2019, then we bounce right here, then again we tested here 2020 pandemic time, and then we bounce, right? So as I try to show you here, every time we test here this trend line, I always draw every time the trend line touches and it bounces. So why the hell this Bitcoin bounce here, right? Why Bitcoin bounce? $5 trillion, guys. The $5 trillion which never happened in 2008. That time we did not have the Bitcoin, but 2008 when we had the bailout money, you know, people get the money, people got the money, and then people put it into the crypto. When the market is bullish, everything is looking bullish, people get the money, they go and invest into crypto, right? Right, this is what exactly happened. So $5 trillion people. Now who mostly invest money into crypto, guys? Most of the time retailers. Very few institution goes invest money into the Bitcoin, because they sometimes they don't have the people who invest money into it. There are many institutions, they are not even allowed, because they are not derivative, they are not equity, so they can use it by SEC law. They can't put any monies into the non-derivative assets, which is crypto. And crypto tried to be a derivative, and I said crypto not going to be a derivative right now, as I see that, and I announced. Those who are super bullish on crypto, guys, very listen to me very careful, very careful. This is very important statement about to pass, and I've been saying this, guys. Those who joined first time here, second time, those who doesn't know, many people ask where the Bitcoin is going, guys, and whatever I am saying, guys, since many months, that's what exactly happening. Now is up to you where you want to waste your time and listen to other. Always listen to other people, but always try to analyze, guys. You have the brain. And I'm telling you, this social media is crazy. Social media, there's a lot of agenda driven analysts everywhere, and they do not have any knowledge, and sometimes they make mistakes just because they miss to analyze. You can't just simply analyze based on certain things. You have to have a deep dive in knowledge. So many varieties way to analyze, then only you can be successful. Otherwise you will be one of them, which is 95%. They always lose. They lose big time, guys, not small. They lose big time money, guys. Many people lose big time money because they don't know how to find out the cycles. They don't know how to catch the cycles, but they're very happy when their portfolio is super green, but it takes a few time and they lose everything. It happens, and I have so many friends, I have met so many people, guys, okay, and that's why I'm here to teach everybody. Is up to people how they take it, and I provide the proof. I provide every proof, what I tweet, what I teach here, and what it does. So I'm not bragging here, guys, but this is okay. So let me show you what exactly Bitcoin. Why? So $5 trillion when we pump into the economy, what happens? People will have the money. Who has the money? All the retailers. Where they invest money? They like crypto. They like, and then social media, and then Cathy Wood, and then Elon Musk, and then Dogecoin, and Shiba coins, and then whatnot, right? Right. So all this money goes into this, right? So that's why it got inflated. So Bitcoin going from 3500 to $65,000, there is always social media. There's always people will be there, and they're gonna say, hey, yep, Bitcoin gonna go to 500,000, 100,000, this. The social media flow will go on. If it becomes 500,000, they will say no, it's gonna go to $1 million. This is how thing goes. There is no thesis behind. The thesis is all BS behind. Okay, that is BS. Doesn't work like that, guys. Okay, everything is about the money. It's everything rotated around the money. If anybody comes, Cathy Wood comes out with the equation because of this, if Bitcoin go to $500,000, if there is always will be if in between. Remember, if Apple gonna go to $0, but if this, so that if is the one which they need to find out. Why is there if? We need to focus on more that if, because that's what they're gonna say. 5 years, 10 years, these so many things will come in the in middle. Yes. So no matter good technology, okay, I have no doubt about Bitcoin is the beautiful, guys. The way Bitcoin is the only one asset when you spend it increases. Dollar you spend, it doesn't increase. Bitcoin you spend, it increases, right? So I like is a beauty why, because you cannot dilute the Bitcoin. I love that thing. No brain can manipulate. No brain, nobody can manipulate. I like that. But do you think any politician, forget about Democrat, forget about Republican, any politician, do you think they would allow this? That's what you should ask your question. Do you think they would allow this? If the moment Bitcoin becomes the monetary policy, and you can use as a Bitcoin of every transaction, then we don't need a politician. We just need Bitcoin, right? Everything revolves around the money, guys, and money is the most important part is in this world, and that's what I can see here. Bitcoin will be not a derivative, guys. This is what I can think right now. That's why they're gonna go very, very hard. And I announced months ago, and I said, guys, they are right now targeting. And I said that coin, remember coin, MSTR, we were shorting coin way back, and that's why coin is going to announce. Why they are targeting coin? Coin was $475. Coin supposed to go up. Why coin is now $47, right? Why? Because they don't want to go and target the audience, those who are investing $10 and $50 and $5,000. They want to target where the honeycomb is, which is coin. That's where you go and buy your Coinbase Pro, right? That's where you buy your coin. If the Coinbase, first they announce, hey, Coinbase, you are not properly regulated. We have to go and your contract has to be changed by SEC rules. And that means if anything, all the user consumer lose, you will be in trouble. You have to this, you have to disclose your this. And that's how they sign a new paperwork with the Coinbase, and Coinbase has to sign that paperwork. They have to follow SEC rules. And then we all came to know Coinbase cannot now support these are not derivative. Anybody can lose all the money, and they won't be able to pay back if they lose. There's a lot of things were going on. And that's why the coin tank also. Then they target Binance. Binance was $47. These are exchanges, guys. These are honeycomb exchanges where you and me go and trade. Everybody go and trade. So they're targeting the Binance. What is Binance? Binance is the Chinese company who is a crypto exchange where they are located in probably Malta, I guess, somewhere in Ireland, right? So nobody can catch them. Nobody can target them, anything like that. So that's why they are over there. Right now, US is targeting Binance. They are not targeting you and me. They are not targeting Elon Musk. They are targeting where the honeycomb is. And I announced why they are doing this. CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency. So we have a central bank digital currency. Biden is bringing, and this, not the Biden I would say, but this Gary Gensler. Gary Gensler is an architect of this whole game, guys. So they are all teamed up, with the Biden, Gary Gensler, and Jerome Powell and Janet Yellen, all teamed up now, and they're working on that one side on it. The CBDC is coming in by 2023, guys. I did not have the head of time, but I will make a one video some sort of time, and I will provide that CBDC, what exactly is coming in, and how it's coming in, what are they getting impacted. So if you notice right now, this Bitcoin is going Bitcoin going down. That is the only reason, guys. Okay, this is the only reason. When market maker hit, they target the honeycomb. This honeycomb goes down, just like Cathy Wood honeycomb went down to the hill, right? Same thing is happening here. Many people looking for, oh, Bitcoin is $20,000 support, let me go and buy. Oh, it's bounced right now. It was $17,000, now to $20,000. I left alone, let me go and buy. No, guys. You have to analyze this damn market, how this economic policy works. It's not just Bitcoin. You have to understand about them, this thing, how this thing works. Otherwise, you wanted to buy PayPal at $250 because PayPal was $350 and it says $100 less, let me go and jump in. Now the PayPal is $80. How do they feel? They wanted to buy it $199. How do they feel right now? Right? Do you want to feel the same way? No, right? So that's why let the knife fall, let it settle, and then we decide at that time. Or if you want to trade intraday, you can trade intraday or something you want to trade like that. But like these right now, when thing get changed, when monetary policy get changed, guys, it can wipe out all your technicals and all your fundamentals behind, all the function behind, everything can be wiped out. I'm not trying to scare you here, guys. Okay, I do not have any position in Bitcoin, but I'm just trying to explain you guys. I exit at right here when it was here, and I announced in this community when I was live, and I several times I did loud and clear. Right here we were here, and I announced, and I made a video. In the video also, you can go and live stream, and you can look probably one of the video, and I announced here right here on 31st March or 1st April, and I say, guys, we must get out of the Bitcoin now, because we got rejected several times at the 200-day moving average, and it's gonna go down, and the whole market condition getting changed. And I said, hey, we're gonna break this, we're gonna go to 38,000, we're gonna go to 30,000, 29,000. My price target. What you can go and roll the tape, and you will be able to see all my charts, what I was saying at that time. And then I said $20,000. I said right here 19,000. This is the, I typed this few months ago, this, that we're gonna go here. And see, we test. Look at this. My this is also 29,000 here. A broke is gonna go here. I said this too, and I said it's gonna go here too. But anyway, I'm not just looking at the technical, guys. Okay, I'm trying to analyze why this is gonna. Why am I thinking that? Why Josh thinking that it's gonna go to 11,000? That's what I need to teach you guys, because I have gone through my cycle in my life. 25 years I have traded in this market, and market doesn't care about what you think. They do not care whether you lose from 10,000 to $0. It becomes $0. They don't give a damn about how much you lose, because we go and work harder. Every individual, we are small people, right? We go and work harder, and then that money that's our small paycheck, we go and put it into the market. So we are basically filling up that bucket of one drop of the water. We filling up the bucket. So you, me, everybody who's listening in this market, retailers, we go and keep doing, because we are a small group, but we are bigger power. We go and put that money, and that's the money. Who gets it? All the big guns, big guys, big guys, those who play dirty games, and they take that money. How many all of you are winning? Very few people win the race. You might win one time, but you don't take the profit. They take the profit. Who sells the Tesla stock? Tesla owners, Tesla insiders. You guys are still holding. Who, many big guys, they sell Bitcoin also. They take profit, but they gonna advertise differently. Oh, no, Bitcoin gonna go to $1 million. People take a lot of profit, guys. Okay, this is all this thing happen. You have to be little smart here. Otherwise, we always, this is the big market. This big market, we are ape. We go in small money, we put it in, and they keep taking. All this money government print and give it to you guys, give it to everybody. First they print, give it to the bank give it to corporation, and bank give it to the people who are and that same money go back to the equity market, go back to crypto market, and that same money you put it in equity or you put in Robinhood, and Robinhood give it to the same market maker. Who are the market makers? Are banks. So basically it go back to the same place where it started, but it rotates through, officially it rotates through one channel to another channel to another channel to the same place. So don't be dummy with those social media. These are lots of go through on social media, and we do not want to be part of that thing. We want to be smart here. That's how we're supposed to trade. The moment you make this Bitcoin as a celebrity, write it down on your piece of paper, you're gonna lose money. Same thing happened with Apple, Tesla, PayPal, Square gonna go to this, Square gonna go to that. But guys, it can. I'm not saying no, it cannot go. Okay, Bitcoin can go. I'm not saying no, but you have to go through all the pain, and we do not know what equation change, because in my life I have seen best company, guys, they disappear. They no more exist. So you think Bitcoin can disappear? Hell yeah, man, it can happen. I'm not saying, guys, okay, it cannot, but nobody knows. But why would I trade like that? So you need to, whenever you need to analyze the conditions, and in that condition, maximize out. You got to take your money and run, and then wait for the consolidation, wait for the support, wait for some time, wait for the condition changing, analyze the condition, and then you enter back. If you don't know, I'm always here. People, you slowly learn. Everybody who is a part of the community, I always teach them how to analyze, and that's what exactly happening right now. Market. So basically, why I think Bitcoin gonna go to 11,000, and maybe if the CBDC comes, then we could have a dangerous time. I definitely love the Web3. I like a lot of things, and they might be parallelly working, parallelly going on a side. I'm not saying gonna do these, but CBDC is coming, and their goal is these, guys. Okay, why CBDC is coming? Everything will be integrated. The CBDC is completely integrated. Each and everything we spend money anywhere, all the money will be trackable now. You, me, somebody who live in different country, all money will be trackable. Any transaction happen, they'll be all trackable to the digital currency, guys. Okay, everything will be digital currency trackable, and people will have a benefit. So they are right now integrating the SWIFT with the CBDC in every international transaction, and they are creating community. They're creating community with the different countries. So almost like Asia have 15 country they created, then another 50-60 country also joining slowly with the CBDC. So I think most likely everybody in the world is dominated by the US dollar, and slowly everybody gonna join in 2023 starting. It's coming, guy. This is how they're gonna empower this country, this world, and those who are part of it, all this country will benefit. The country who is not participating, such as China and Russia, they'll be isolated, and they could have a difficult time. This is what I can think right now. We will see as the time comes by. This is the, guys. Okay, I'm just trying to analyze how Fed is working in this direction. It might take a little time. We got to give a little time and see how things rolls over. But that is what exactly I see right now. Coinbase is going down, MSTR is going down, Bitcoin is going down. Everything is being targeted, guys. This is all agenda driven. It's up to you how you take it, but this is what my analysis, that this is all agenda driven is going on, and it depends on how you have to do your due diligence, guys. I'm not saying you sell your Bitcoin, you sell these. I'm not saying you have to do your homework, but I do feel that there's a lot of people who are gonna pump and dump, including Kathy Woods and Elon Musk. They say I bought this, I bought that, and people also buy that and that. But that's not how you need to trade. You need to trade based on your own thesis. You need to analyze, and you need to think what exactly happening. So that's what I can think about the Bitcoin. Okay, but no doubt about the technology. Absolutely, when the Web3 comes in, man, believe it or not, we need that technology. Blockchain technology comes in, DeFi. That once that comes in, that could be a lot of people can have the power, and we all can benefit a lot. So I definitely like that, but it's gonna take a little time about that. So there'll be two different things. I'm just talking about currency right now. So Bitcoin is we got to give a time. That's what I can tell you right now, and that's what is happening right now. It's up to you, people to people. And so I analyze by the technicals, I analyze by the economical condition where the money was pumped in, and then I'll also analyze by the all the monetary policies right now taking place. Based on that, what thing can happen and what it can happen, man. So time will tell. Nobody has a crystal ball, guys. Okay, I do not have crystal ball, but so far whatever I have said, exactly what this has done, guys. Exactly, I said 38,000 gonna consolidate, then I consolidated here 29,000 also, and now 20,000, and then 11,000. Exactly what I have said has been happening so far. Bitcoin right nailed on step by step. I nailed on here earlier also. I said this is this. You see the M pattern I draw here, and you can go here too. So that's the Bitcoin, guys. Okay, now let me take a look at the people are asking about the Tesla. So Tesla, guys, you know what I've been saying about Tesla is not like there is no more shorts on Tesla. Tesla is all about game, guys. It's a billions and trillions of dollar option has been played in Tesla. Trillions of dollars is been wasted. People have wasted their money into playing into options in Tesla since many right here only in Tesla, trillions dollar. Okay, and that's why market maker analyze that, hey, they consolidate and burn the premium, consolidate and burn the premium. This is what the game goes on, and this is how they are rake the profit in Tesla. That's what they are doing it right now. They are making money consolidating. They do not make money if the stock goes down. If they do not make money if the stock goes crazy up. You follow? They consolidate these. They're making more money on a premium, watching out the premiums. That's the game. So just be careful. These kind of incidents very few time happens. But again, right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, right here, we consolidated here too. Same thing here. So this is how the wishy-washy premium happens, and very dangerous process, guys, here. So many people come, oh, but Tesla is now found the support, is gonna bounce and it's gonna go to the north. Is all trap, guys. Okay. Eventually, this is where it's gonna belong to and where it's gonna go, guys. Okay. I predicted about the market, and I said about where Tesla can go based on this economic condition is right now getting worse and worse. We have a bigger problem. So market condition I was talking about. Excuse me. So market condition which I was talking about, why I think market can go down more. Let me finish Tesla before I jump in on any bandwagon, because many people are looking at. So Tesla had a support of 625 right here. We try to break the 625. We are testing the support right here. We're still waiting right here. So this is the major support, guys, and I think we are right here. And if this support breaks, the next support is 598. And remember, guys, I said 598 4 months ago. I draw this 598 January, February, somewhere at that time. I said this going. We are not that far right here, right? 25 points away. So when Tesla was here, stock bounced. People say, George, your steel price is this. You are asking, you think it's gonna go here? I say, yeah, because I don't analyze just by that. I analyze in a different ways, and that's what is exactly happening Tesla. And Tesla gonna go to here. It can go here, guys. Okay, I'm not saying it can go here, but depends on how this thing unfolds, this economy, because economy is not. It's very dangerous, guys. I said about my price target at this point. These are the steps I draw here, which is right here, 400, and then this one 270. This doesn't happen overnight. If the Tesla can perform well, I will change my. If any wind direction changes, I will always notify. I always tell them. It doesn't happen overnight. Any changes happens, I will analyze. But at this point, based on their circumstances, based on their balance sheet, based on the market conditions, I'm pointing Tesla down. So about the market, because everybody wanted to know what about the market, because I left it halfway. So what exactly happening in a bond market, because people wanted to know about the bond market, guys. So what exactly happening in a bond market? We all know, guys, that Italy, they are right now in a world of breaking their financial system. They are very bad situation right now And had same thing like Greece. If you recall a few years ago, Greece, same thing. And then European Commission came out and say, hey, yeah, we're gonna have emergency meeting, and we try to figure it out the option probably, and that's what is happening. But hey, they are right now in big trouble. Same thing about the Japan is in big trouble. And if they are in trouble, and they start selling US bond, right? If they start selling US bond because they need US dollar, then our market can have a hard time, guys. Our market can have a really hard time. Okay, and that probably can happen. And I predicted this can of worm. Remember, I announced that hey, if this can of worm opens up, then this equity market, crypto is teeny mini. Equity market is way smaller than the bond market is. Overall worldwide $119 trillion bond. They slowly get impacted. They're supposed to get impacted way months ago, but they are not getting impacted because of political pressure. Because inflation is 8.6%. How can you have a bond yield at 2-3% is BS, right? How come this yield is 2-3%, guys? Very simple. If I ask any dummies any country who is invested into this yield, how can it be 2-3%, right? Yield cannot be 2-3%. Has to be above the Fed rate, has to be above the inflation rate, otherwise pointless, right or wrong? So well, but hey, we have somebody who's controlling, right? And that's what I try to teach you guys. Hey, there is above us, there's the people who controls. Look at this 10-year treasury yield. I said this months ago. 1989 market tried to crash. We touched the resistance. Same thing 1994 we tried to market crash. Whenever market goes down, the yield goes higher. And guess what? Yield is going down. Even till date we have inflation is here, 8.5 here, 8.6. This yield has to be above that, guys. That's how it works. But nope. Right now yield will be controlled. But remember, guys, now no more QE. How far they can control, we'll see, right? We'll see how far they can control. This yield has to go higher. If the yield goes higher, what would happen to the market, guys? People gonna sell. Those who are holding the old bond, who has bought $119 trillion, they will be selling into the market. When they sell into the market, what would happen? The yield spike crazy, guys. And you watch my word. And I've been saying this. Look at, do you see something unusual here, guys? If you look at the chart here, look at these three candle, 1, 2, 3, unusual activity. Look at these teeny mini candles. Now big green candle coming in, spiking, pressure is coming. Somebody trying to control, but spare pressure is coming. Okay, so I hope you can understand the chart technicals. These are teeny mini candles movement, but now the big movement coming in. So Japan will sell. Japan is holding $1.4 trillion. If they sell, China, they can sell. Many countries can sell too. So let's see, the can of worm is still closed probably. But if that happens, guys, we could be in trouble. So that's why I feel when that happens, market would be a big time in trouble, guys. Okay, so somebody gonna puke out some point of time, and toilet will be flushed. It's happening. Like, look at this. This never ever happened in the history. Never happened in the history right here. These 1 week sell up 13%. Never happened with the gap down 1, 2 constant gap like this. Sell off never happened like this gap down. Fast movement. This never happened. These 3 candle like this. Anyway, so still the MACD is pointing down. We see how the divergence come forward. We're gonna take a look at the see the how things rolls over, and we'll see how the market condition changes, if anything. But at this point, it's looking very bearish to me. But does not mean that market can be bullish, bearish on Monday or Tuesday, right? Because market has a cycle, guys. There is a bull and bear cycle. So market, we will see how market maker control bulls and bear on Monday, because the whole option starts now, right, in Monday, which is Tuesday actually. This new week starts, so we'll see how this cycle starts and how far they can manage down, or they go take it up or take it down. Okay, So that's why we always believe in analyzing one step at a time. At this point, we are consolidating here, and that's why I'm 85% I'm out. I have all cash position on myself, and I also announced people say, hey, I was here when we were here. I said I'm pretty much 100% was in here on a short position, 100%. But then I reach here, I try to get out of it and then play intraday, and then everybody was playing intraday. So because I always like to check this cycles. Right now still the cycle is in bearish because trend has not been changed, and is like a teardrop right here, teardrop. This is called super bearish. Now I need to wait for the trend to change. Any reversal we will see. I need more data to come forward. At this point is a lot of pressure on it. Okay, so this is the S&P 500 at this particular point, and market is right now super duper bullish. Monday 336. As you can see, futures are up right now. Dow Jones and the S&P 500 and Nasdaq future also is up right here. Okay, and then I need to 1 second, guys. Let me take that out. Okay, now I'm gonna open the space, guys, so people can jump in it, then and everybody can jump in now and add other speakers, and one at a time, guys. Okay, I'll add everybody one at a time. They can ask the questions. David, go ahead, you first.
Josh, I was looking at ticker tonight, SID.
SID?
Yeah.
SID 322 okay, what about it?
Just wanted your outlook on the back sheet on it, what you thought. It seems it's somewhat undervalued right now.
Yep, it is undervalued, man. This one is undervalued, but the problem is the earning was bad and they lost big time money, so people lost the faith. So based on that, so their forecast is better, but the company earnings are getting horrible.
Yeah.
Somehow, some reason earnings are getting horrible, so people don't have the faith. But if this company can beat it on earning, this is a good buy. If it is really, because this is a pre-pandemic. But again, this is what this company does.
They're in the steel industry.
Steel industry. Man, right now market makers are tanking all the commodities, man.
Exactly.
So, yeah, right now we are testing the floor. If this floor goes off, this can have a pressure. It can go down a little bit, 270 also.
Yeah.
It can go to 270. But yeah, I would wait for it at this point. I would not.
It seems like there's a bit of free cash flow there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but right now, the way right now market conditions are, you need to be a little bit concerned because the market makers right now targeting all the commodities, right? So
Yeah.
just watch out on that side.
They're out of Brazil.
Okay, let me see SID. Well, commodities are really great at this particular. What do they produce?
Steel, and I believe they're also in the cement industry too.
Okay. I mean, based on their balance sheet, I like, but what I don't like about is all whenever you see all this red, all these earnings are red, but they're giving dividends, so people like it.
Yeah.
That's the good side about it. But right now we're testing the floor. Maybe market is bouncing. Let's see. I mean, this coming weeks, maybe couple of weeks is dangerous, guys. We got to be a little bit cautious here because market is in a position where they have the upper level command that hey, inflation must control, otherwise you'll be fired. Looks like to me. I don't know, maybe I could be wrong, but that's the instruction is right now. So we got to see how things roll over. Right now I'm not trying to be anything long immediately on anything, just intraday, because anything bull side I got to be a little cautious unless they are inverse. Yeah.
I just wanted to bring it to your attention. You know, I'm in your room during the week, so.
No, thanks, man. Thanks, David. I appreciate, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Josh.
Next.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
Hey, so you've said this several times. I've heard many other people talk about they can take the market up, they can take it down. I'm assuming they is market makers. My question is, who are market makers and
Banks.
who do they work for?
Banks. Who has the leverages? They have the leverage.
So is there just one though? I mean, how
No,
are they
man.
all on the same page so that they all decide
So
to take it down, or are they big enough that one of them can?
okay, so they have a software. Okay, so let me give you one example. For example, BlackRock, right? They are the $113 trillion as that not sorry $13 trillion. They have their balance sheet right now. If you go and take a look at it, total asset they are managing $13 trillion is a lot, right? So they are managing now. Do you think they just manage like that? No. How they get $13 trillion? Because they have the software. They sell that software to the, it's like a pyramid scheme. Do you know pyramid scheme, where you go and give the software to the different hedge fund manager, different institutions, say, hey, you keep this is the software, and if you bring $2 billion or $5 billion, you get these guaranteed 10% commission. You're gonna make 10% portfolio, your will grow every year like this. Okay, if somebody gives you guarantee, what do you care about? My client care about 5% growth or 7% growth every year. They have that software, they implement into it to every institution, every hedge fund manager, and they can have that software. The moment that triggers that hey, let's buy this software, or let's buy that stock, the moment they trigger, everybody buys. They don't need to take a look at it, whether this stock has a support or not, or if following resistance or not. Whatever the command comes, that's what all the institution does. So what is called the pyramid power? What is pyramid power is, do the BlackRock has to go and put money into to buy? No, because pyramid power means those small people underneath, they bring the power to. The more the power comes in, the stock goes higher, right? Somebody has to buy, and that's how the stock goes up. So that's why they bring more power than you and me put $1,000, $5,000 or $10,000, because they are institution. They have more power than you and me. So this is how it actually works, and it's called coordinated efforts, pyramid power. That's what I call it. This is my thesis of thinking, guys. Okay, I'm not saying anybody doing like this and they're doing like this. This is my thesis. Up to you, have to analyze yourself, guys.
Does anybody know of a movie or a documentary that I would figure somebody would have to have done something?
Man, you have seen so many collapse in this. This is all now. This is the digital world, guys. Hope you understand. This is common. We have to have this is common thing. It's very common, man. It's all pyramid power. They use social media. They use all the pyramid power, and that's how it works. This is how this world is, guys. But yeah, coordinated. Everything is coordinated, guys. It's all about, because one person cannot put too much power into it. You need a coordinated effort to bring that to that level. Next.
Hey Josh, it's Angela. Do you mind if I go next?
Yeah, Angela, go ahead. No, I did not know the order, so I don't want to go and post the name who is next. So please go ahead.
I know. I was pausing because I got in a little bit later than some others, so I didn't want to be disrespectful. But I was just wondering, could you do a comparison? I'm quite focused on the inverse yield curve. If we could take a look at the 2-year versus the 10-year, kind of side by side, and talk through that. So my understanding, and I don't know, you or Gopi, or if somebody understands the bonds a little bit better than I do, my understanding is that the Fed moves more on the 2-year versus the 10-year, even though we focus more on the number of the 10-year than we do the 2-year.
So like I said, we need to give more time right now, because right now inverse, maybe you might see 10 years and not in 2 years, but I would give a little more time. And once you give more time, you will exactly see the difference between. So if you want to give about I would say give about some more weeks and see how this inverse occurring, because for me this inverse should be should have been occurred already, but it's been manipulated. My thesis is manipulated. But
Angela, I can give you some thoughts on it. So what happens is, what is happening right now is, whenever the Fed is raising the interest rate, right, what the market is already pricing in is a recession. So what happens is, the move in 2 year will be much bigger because that's the short-term interest rate, right? The short-term interest rate says that it will move much higher than the longer term, because what is happening is people are thinking, oh, we're going to have a recession in 6 months, so it won't impact the longer duration yield. So what that means is, the yield curve, the yield curve inverted. Like, I think last week it inverted for quite a bit because the Fed was raising the interest rate, right? Then suddenly what happened was, the short-term interest rate stayed as is, at the same place, but the long-term interest rate started dipping because people were talking about recession. So you understand that, right? So now the yield curve is widening.
Yeah, so as the 2 year gets stronger and inverts into the 10 year, then the market is more bearish. And I mean, how I haven't seen it before, so I haven't watched it before. How long does it stay that way, and what does that mean? I mean, it just
So
outside of, I mean, if it's pricing in recession at this point, is it pricing it in and then we could pull back?
no, what has happened is it needs to stay inverted for quite a bit of time.
quite a bit of
So
time.
what
Yes.
hap-
Yeah.
So
Okay,
now
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So now this, what is happening is that, like you said, right, the 2 year will stay. The 2 year starts going up, whereas the longer term, right, 10 or 20 or 30, will stay there or come down, and then they two meet, and then they cross over, and then it has to stay for, I don't know, weeks, months. If that stays like that, then a recession is guaranteed.
Yeah. So right.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Josh, just real quick to follow that up for both of you. So does that mean as that, the inversion stabilizes at these higher levels with the 2 year up, will the market stay down? I mean, how do we have these little rallies or anything if that's the case?
Could happen, but bond yields move at a snail pace, and what we have seen last week, that from 10-year moved from 3.5 to 3.2, right? That's a 30 basis point move, massive move that is not seen any time, But but the thing is, the bond yields, like I said, they move at a snail's pace. So we'll see how that goes. After every inflation report, every month, what is happening right now is, right, there's a month gap between every readings, right? In between you have the PPI, but once that you have that spike and then it settles down and slowly cools down, and it takes a long time, maybe a month, 2 months for this thing to invert.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would give a little time. Yep, absolutely. On inversion, we have to give a little time on this one, because earlier it was everything was controlled, but I think now might be. I'm thinking because we had a reverse repo market where it was open, and now slowly, probably we would give a little time. I would say give a little time, and we will see all this. But recession always inversion after it might take 12 months, 24 months. That's how it is. It's not like a 1 or 2 months or 3 months or 1 quarter or 2 quarters. So,
Right. Yeah, no, I thought it was interesting. I don't know if everybody saw on Twitter that Biden had, thrown a statement out that, I forgot the guy's name, Thomas or Sandy Thomas or something like that, that a recession is avoidable.
possible, everything can be avoidable because we have the right now job data is strong right now. At this till date, the is strong, and only thing is if they bring the market up, then recession would not be there.
I think the main indicator is the oil market. If they try to keep it down, another $10 to $20, if they bring oil down, then probably they will say, okay, inflation is peaked, and things are looking okay. So I'm thinking there's lot of indicators that are pointing to it kind of not that much inflation coming in.
Yeah, we have to get these gas prices under control. I don't know how quickly we can do it, but I mean, oil and gas, and for commercial, we've got to get it under control. And just real quick regarding gas, just so you know, Josh, that there is someone on YouTube asking about COP.
COP. What is COP?
ConocoPhillips, I guess. Right?
Oh, okay.
Correct.
Yeah. Right now, I think we should right now stay away from oil and gas because it's probably correcting. And once it corrects to I don't know, maybe what Josh can tell you the levels, but it will be a good buy again. Because the Russia-Ukraine tensions are not going to go away, and I think we will soon have the China-Taiwan tensions too.
Yeah, for sure. They're talking about China and Russia, as we can see it in front of our eyes, that they're getting closer. I did hear that Russia. That they've made some type of an agreement with Ukraine to divide it in half or something. Does anyone have any information?
No, I did not see that news.
I don't think it's going to work. This is going to continue throughout the year because Ukraine should agree, right? If they want to divide Ukraine into half, why would Ukraine give half?
Yeah, I mean, well, they were saying that half of Ukraine is going to be NATO, and then the other is going to go. I don't know, but they're in talks or whatever.
I don't think it's going to work. It's just that pressure tactics, to kick the can down the road. They're going to start, firing all guns. They keep us busy. Next year it'll keep on going.
Yeah, that's true. It's still going on. Yeah.
The key thing to watch is China-Taiwan, and I think by November, things are going to change there in that area. You got to be really very careful.
Oh boy, yeah, no, right, that's going to be big.
There was just an announcement today where the U.S. gave Taiwan $4.6 billion extra. I got from one of my military sources.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
For weapons?
Cooking.
For weapons?
Yes, for weapons.
So there's something cooking pretty bad there. So you got to be careful, and with your money or investment and everything.
Man, that could be dangerous.
Absolutely.
Yeah, lots of talk around World War III, that's for sure. I say my prayers. I don't wish that upon anybody, but
I don't think we'll have a world war. I think world war is for another 5 to 6 years down the line. But yeah, this was the start for it.
Wow, interesting things.
Josh, earlier you were talking about steel. I'm watching Bloomberg as, reading the headlines on Bloomberg, and they said that China's shuttering all their steel mills right now. They're gone dark, and that iron ore is way down.
Oh, okay.
Josh, how will, if they're doing that with steel, how will that impact Tesla? I don't know exactly what, how a Tesla vehicle, is it aluminum or steel? I don't know what it's all made out of, or
not everything made out of aluminum.
Materials just seem to be becoming, more and more of a concern in our resource department.
I don't think so, Angela. We need to be worried about aluminum and steel. Steel has a lots of steel. We have it, and every country has steel. Many countries can supply steel. So steel is not the issue. Aluminum is not the issue. Plenty of aluminums are available. The biggest supply is the issue is we need to do the semiconductor. That is the main part. We need to be concerned, and we might need to concern about the battery.
Yeah, plus if you're going into recession, all that demand is gone.
Yep. So demand is everything about the oil, guys, which I was talking about today. That oil. If the demand goes down, then oil can go down, and then followed by the recession probably. That's what I think. Normal. This is how the history can repeat. So we'll see.
So Josh, are you your comment around the semiconductors? Are you bearish on semis?
Right now, I'm bearish on everything pretty much. If you look at it, the only way I look at it, the condition, market condition. I need the market condition to change. At this point, their goal is to bring the demand down. That's the strict rules they have. Biden, when called Fed, and they announced last week, and they say, hey, we need to bring the inflation down. What happened in last CPI data was 8.6. Is mind blowing, right? It's super hot. And this next CPI data is also they're expecting 9. People are talking about 9. If that is 9, is very, very dangerous, right? Because
yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
So if they're talking about 9, is very, very dangerous right now. So let's see whatever happens. But I feel like then maybe, I mean, I don't know, maybe people are talking about 2-digit also later on. But it's just, I don't want to go into that route. I want to go one step at a time and see how things are rolling. But it could be still 2022. I see the numbers will be little hard. It might be 0.1, 0.253. Maybe one quarter would be. I mean, 1 month could be good, 1 month could be bad. Something like that. It's gonna ping pong in between here, 2022. But that's not the solution. We need to bring down below 5. And which is not easy. That's why I said Fed cannot do anything at this point. Raising interest rate is not the real solution. Bringing the demand down is the real solution. And demand down is nothing but to take the money power. And I announced months ago. Say, hey,
we're not going to get inflation down if we don't get the gas prices down.
Gas price is only 10%.
In food.
Yeah. The gas price was also controlled. Gas price was under control in November, right? Last year also, but still the price was going up and up and up. So, but it's a coordinated combination. We need to think. It's not just the gas price. We need to think about the money power. If people, we need to combine everything. It's money power people have. They're gonna go and spend money. And that's the only way I would think. But absolutely, we got to add the logistic into it. Oil, commodities, all these we need to add into it.
And Josh, I think next 3 weeks I am pretty bullish on the stock market.
3 weeks, you said? Next 3 weeks?
Next 3 weeks, it's going to be really bullish until we have our next CPI print, because I think we have seen a short-term bottom. And Today, what's his name? The most hawkish Fed, what's his name?
Neil Kalskari?
No, he's not a voting member.
Bernard?
Fed's Bullard, right? He came out and said, we don't have to do QT.
We don't have to do QT, he said?
Yeah, you look at, I think...
Whoa, send me DM.
Okay, wait, I mean, I think he was like kind of hesitant on QT.
Hesitant on QT.
Yeah. So I think that is pretty bullish. Wait, let me see where that is.
Well, and just real quick, while you're talking about the Fed, while you're looking for that, Gopi, I mean, just for everyone, I mean, this is a pack-filled week with the Fed. I mean, we've got Fed speakers like every single day, and Powell testifying.
What happens is once we have that bullish momentum, right, it will absorb any negative news too. That's my thought. I could be totally wrong, and I am betting for that because I am bullish on all the stocks. Last week I've loaded on all the stocks, and my 401k is fully invested right now.
So, Gopi, you think that we maybe hit near a bottom now? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I think bottom for the short term. That is my thought. I could be totally wrong. Do not bet on what I'm saying.
No, I've been reading
a lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are saying it.
Yeah, but a lot of people are saying, a lot of smart people are saying we have to reach total capitulation. The VIX has to go between 50 and 90. And at that point in time, everything will start to go up.
I think until elections, they won't allow to do that because, if stock market goes, a lot of people will be hurting. They will lose. They will lose the elections. So somehow, they will thread that line until the elections, and there might be a crash after that. But until then, they might lift it up 10%, 15%, and then drop it down. And that way, it may not look that bad, right? Okay. Corrected 20% or 23%, and when it comes to election, and then things might change after that.
Yeah, look on the fuel, the shortage of fuel in that globally. You know, Russia's still pumping all that oil, but they're selling it at a cheaper price to China and India right now, and anyone else who will take it.
Absolutely.
There's still that gold supply, that oil supply out there. And then I just read on Bloomberg here a minute ago to where China had a dismal May, you know, just horrible, and everything is kind of slowing down over there as far as manufacturing and that. So that's going to take and put more oil in the market for us.
Absolutely. And I think if you are in Brazil market, they've completely cut down their oil purchases from there. They're now buying everything up from Russia. And another thing that they're doing is all the Venezuelan and Iranian oil, they're taking it via Indonesia, so that because those countries are on sanctions, right? So they're routing it via Indonesia. So like the percentage of oil imports from those countries have increased, and from Brazil it's gone down. So if you are in like any companies in Brazil, it's time that you exit out like the Petro Brazil or whatever it is.
But Venezuela, though, too, their output is nothing near what it was 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, that's correct, but China is circumventing those sanctions and getting it through other countries,
Yeah. China only has so much storage space, so this can be interesting. This could be enough fuel and everything to give us a head fake to get us through until these elections are over.
Right. So, Josh, I think I have sent that tweet to you.
Oh, did you? Okay, I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, we don't have as far as to go on QT as it might seem. So that means it's going to break before
they do
anything.
Where is the link? Any link?
A DM. I sent you a DM. It's a breaking news. This one.
Oh, but do you have a link, or is just somebody just?
No, it's from breaking news.
It's from the breaking. Okay. Then, so whatever Jerome Powell said is wrong.
I mean, they are playing, right? They want a tight channel on the stock market, right? They don't want it to go too low, because you see the way it is going now, they are scared, right? It might go 10 to 20% down, which will impact all the 401k holders, teachers, people who are in, the working class, right? Because many of their, money is invested in 401ks and stuff like that. So they want to run it as they want to.
No, what he says is, what is a Fed Bullard? We don't have to go as far as QT as it might seems like. He thinks we don't have to go that far.
Yeah, so they don't want to do that. They don't want to tighten that much, is what it means,
Whoa. How can you carry on the balance sheet like that?
Man, balance sheet can be carried, See, if you look at the market, right, the only problem right now is inflation. Correct? You can still carry the balance sheet out, who cares?
Yeah, no, I understand that balance.
Only problem is inflation. And now they are running around to, to temper that. And I think Biden has meeting with all the oil company executives to cap it. Plus what they're introducing a new bill so that, the gas tax, right?
Right.
I think we'll get an 18 cents discount on a gallon of gas. So they're working out so many other things so that, I don't know, they might even send checks to everybody to offset that gas. Right.
Yeah, for the 4th of July, I guess I heard that too.
So the only issue right now in the market is inflation, and they are working hard to temper it down, or however way to control it. But but rest all, they can carry the balance sheet forever. Who cares? They don't care too.
Right.
Until they see something. Until they see some maturity in the market or things start picking up.
Okay. Yeah, we need to keep that thing in mind also. Let's see how things are rolling.
Yeah. I would just think. But I'm invested. I'm on stocks. I will be taking some positions next week for next 2 to 3 weeks and see how that goes.
Right.
So kind of what you're saying, Gopi, is that it might run bullish in coming 2-3 weeks.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you feel about that, Josh? Do you agree with that?
No, I don't have a crystal ball like 2-3 weeks like that. I think market is all about for me the long run. I'm super duper bearish. I'm way bearish than you can imagine right now. Way bearish than 2008. But again, time will tell. I always go by the cycles. You know what I mean? Like I go by the cycles, and that's how I like to go by. I don't like to be. I'm bullish on a Friday, and I announce that I'm bullish on Friday, but I'm only bullish for my 10% profit, 20%. You know what I mean? Like I always take my 10-20% profit on my options, and maybe 1 or 2% profit on my equities. That's what I like to play right now. Bullish side, if I want to play, I like to play short term very quickly. Nothing long term to hold anything. I always go and look at the cycles.
Strategy too. So you can make money in any market.
Hey, Josh, I have a question.
1 second.
No, but other thing is that the crypto, Gopi, it got really hammered in this weekend, right? 2-3 days.
Correct.
So I don't know. I mean, people are scared of big cryptos now. Okay.
Now, if you look back at remember how the amount it has retraced back now from 17,500 to 20,000. That's a big jump.
Yes.
Right. But I think there are still problems. You have to keep an eye on USD Tether. Okay. That is going to explode at some point. That is, the way that they have structured that the USD Tether, they are taking too much risk in it, and they have not audited that company at all. So now they have come out and said, we are ready to audit our balance sheet with around 20 different firms, whomever you choose. But I think they have junk in their balance sheet. Too much junk in their balance sheet.
They declined to audit, man. They have declined to audit, and that's the reason.
Now I think yesterday they came out.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Yeah, so they said that, but I don't know whether they'll implement it. But I think those executives will probably end up in jail. That's when you will see.
There's a big time crackdown going on, guys, and that's the only one reason I said it can break 11,000 also. But again, I don't want to go and exaggerate too much. But the way this all syndicate is working, man, they all teamed up and they are trying, and that's why Binance also trying to. They spent $2 billion. That's why Bitcoin bounced. The Bitcoin bounced is because of the Binance spent $2 billion. But imagine the whole, when the government takes on the crypto, man, they cannot. There is no choice right now. There is no escape.
Absolutely. and a lot of companies like big
FTX bought up as well.
SPX, right? Yeah. They also bought it, but that guy is a small guy. So what happens is when the big power comes in this, they all wash out. These all happen in weekend. We got to give a little more time. These people have a power, man. When they have the power, they know exactly how to bring them down. All the regulator comes in and they're gonna penalize these people big time.
And I think it's
Tether has a 70 billion market cap and only 5% cash.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
Hey Josh, I have a question.
Gopi, hold on. Let me take a question from the Discord. Yeah, go ahead. Discord.
Me or?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, so TMB seems like a no-brainer, especially if you're very bearish on the entire market. But do you know how it would happen if would bonds be the safe haven if everything else broke down, or?
No, bonds are not safe haven. According to me, bonds are not safe haven. Depends on which bond you're talking about. If you put it into US repo market, then different story because those are temporary. They are not locked in. But if you put it into the regular bond, depends on which bond you're talking about also. Okay.
I'm talking about the ticker TMB.
Okay, so you can put it into the bond. That's fine if you want to put it into the bond. But what happened? Inflation rate is higher. How far the inflation rate stick to it? Then you need to analyze whether are you gaining the ground or you just holding the paper. If you're holding the paper and
TMB TMB is bearish on bonds, so it's been correlating with the rise in interest rates. It's been going up recently. So I was curious what you think the price action on that will be going forward.
So the Discord user, right? I have been adding to my bond position TLT from last 2 to 3 days. I've been continuously adding to it because because of the recession expectation that is coming in, the longer end of the curve is falling down. So it's a good play. It's making good money right now. So if it falls, I'm going to add more. I want to keep on adding it, and it's a January call that I have taken. So I'm adding to that until things change. I will ride it, and let's see if I can make some profits out of it. And I don't know about whatever you were saying. TNX. What is that? What ticker was that?
What ticker you talking about, Discord?
I was saying TMV, time value money.
TMV.
Time money value.
Oh yeah, 20-year treasury.
20-year. Yeah, that's a bear.
That's the bear one. Yeah.
I would not buy the bear right now.
But I would.
You will have a time. But,
yeah. Okay. So treasury, I would not change the treasury. Corporate bond will be more like HYG if you want. I mean, for me, I'm super bearish on this one, HYG, because this is the high yield bond, corporate bond. I like this one to short. To go short on this one, HYG to short. For me, I'm short, guys. Okay, but maybe the Gopi is bullish. I'm bearish. So for me, HYG is I like the short.
You can short that, but have a good duration because
yep, time is important.
If it turns out, then you might lose money. So I think if market goes up, bonds will go up, market will go up. So be careful.
It's all about the cycles. Which cycle you want to play, how long, what not. It's all about the cycles. So it's all about the timing.
Because if you see, it's corrected a lot. You see from 87 to 74, right? There might be correction down the lane, but I think you can. I don't know if you can want to wait. It's up to you.
Hey Josh, I have a question about gold.
Yeah, what's up?
What's the near term for gold?
So gold is being controlled, guys. Okay, remember right now they are vulnerable. Market, the bond market is very very vulnerable. So they can't bring the gold up immediately. Looks to me still they are under control. Gold is. So if you look at the gold, the way I see gold right now is completely consolidating in between 1900 and 1800 in between these. But if the bond market goes banana, then the gold can jump. That's what I can think. But right now at this point, market is still figure it out. The can of worm is getting closed or open. That's how I see right now. We got to give a little more time on this one. But gold.
Also, you should keep an eye on dollar. If dollar goes up, gold goes down, and it's vice versa. So if dollar is strong, gold will go down. And what I think of gold is an event risk hedge. In case of something happens in Taiwan or the war gets worse, that's when you make your money, and I think everybody should have a little bit in their portfolio.
What do you think about gold miners?
Same thing is gold miners are same, all commodities are same, man. We need to give a little time. Market maker right now trying to hit all the commodities, all the precious metals and everything. They want to give priority to the bond market because bond is more vulnerable.
Plus, one thing about gold miner is, the cost of producing it has gone up. And when you're betting going with the miners, right? Then the earnings come into play, and if they may not make more money, the entire sector will be dragged down. So
the miners overall have just underperformed.
So you got to be careful, all the time. So I would stick with gold.
Okay. we're talking about commodities right now. How about lithium, Gopi or Josh? Anyone would like to comment on lithium in coming days, like LSE stocks and all?
The problem is,
Josh, before you go, right, I saw an article in, Germany, they are terming lithium as non-ESG.
yeah. No, but that could be a one side, guys. Germany, that's only Germany, okay? We understand that, but I remember lithium is the most heavy weight. Remember, there's another layer of batteries coming in too. So be careful on the lithium side, but yeah, temporary can move all the things. For long run, I would be careful on the lithium side because there are lightweight battery coming in. The lightweight is the one which when you want to lift from the ground up, you can use lithium because then you're pointless. You're draining the energy. They have to have a lightweight also. So I think they are working on that one. There are few companies working on it, and maybe that will be solid state battery coming soon. Until that, probably lithium is in bull right now, and definitely world needs lithium. But we cannot be ahead that, oh no, lithium gonna be no good and this and that. No, that will take maybe couple of years. We don't know. Until that will be in demand, that's what I can see right now. Until that will be in demand.
Sodium also is coming up, sodium ion batteries or something like this.
Yeah, varieties of things comes in it. But there's always research behind, there's a testing behind. That takes years and years. It doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah, and there are a lot of people that are quite bullish on uranium. I don't know your thoughts, Josh.
Oh, uranium is not for the battery. Uranium is for the energy to substitute.
Right. I'm just in that whole space. I was just sharing.
So did you know, Angela? They are shutting down all the nuclear power plants and starting all the coal plants. That's what I saw.
Yeah. Germany also.
I saw that. Oh my gosh.
So bullish for BTU.
Yeah.
Yes. No, there was I posted on my Twitter. I don't know if it's a news site or what, but it's new to me, and I think it's called CFO.org. I don't know. They've got some really fascinating charts where they review every single country, and they look at their energy and how much is like a fossil fuel or a clean energy. So they're really tracking it now. So I don't know. For me, I just think that would be really fun to watch.
I see. Okay.
Interesting.
So have you tweeted it or is it?
Yeah, I tweeted it out. I think this morning. I can try to find it, and if Josh wants to post it, or again, I think it's CFO.org. Let me see.
CFO.org. Okay.
Josh, I need to ask 2-3 questions whenever you get chance. Nishant here.
Yes, Nishant. While they are searching, you go ahead, Nishant. What's your question? Go ahead.
Okay, first question is stock market, bond market, inversely proportional. Which other market we have other than these two?
Oh, crypto.
They're not inversely proportional. Sorry.
Okay. I keep on hearing that when bond market goes up, stock market goes down.
No. It cannot. Sometimes the trend will change, and I think we will see that sooner in the next coming weeks is what I think.
Yield is, you got to keep eyes on yield if you want to, but again, I would not go in that direction like that. That's not the right indicator for the market to analyze based on. Yeah, there is a way you can keep it, but I do not, based on that, I will not trade equity.
Okay, what is yield? Something like VIX we have in stocks? Yield is in bonds?
Yeah, so yield is a rate of return. When somebody buys the bond, right? You have when you buy the bond, you have coupon rate. So you say, hey, I'm gonna give you the contract between you and Treasury. Say, I'm gonna get the bond with the 2% coupon rate, which is yearly $2 you get, and you pay government $100 for example. Okay, $100 you give, you get 2% yield. Coupon rate, and then every year they're gonna give you for $2, and they keep $100 for, say for example, if it's 10 year. You keep getting every year $2, and then after 10 year completes, you get your $100 back. So that the $2 you're getting is your coupon rate, but that coupon rate is always, now once you locked in for 10 years, the coupon rate becomes the yield for as the time goes by, because now tomorrow you want to sell your note that treasury, I'm gonna, how I need to decide. Market always changes, right? Market yield, market rate changes for the bond. So then I'm gonna offer you whatever the discount depends on market condition. I will offer you. That's called yield. That's the yield, rate of return.
Okay. Okay. So the rate of return in bonds is called yield. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Next question is, so stock market and bond market, there are only two markets, is it?
I mean, in our derivative market, those are the only two markets I can see.
Okay. Some people keep on trading after hours as well. Where do they trade?
Oh, those are exchanges.
Futures. E-mini futures. NASDAQ E-mini, SPY E-mini.
Okay. And do we trade them on the same Thinkorswim? I mean,
Yeah.
trade or something else?
Yeah, you can trade futures in every exchange. E-Trade, Thinkorswim, not the Robinhood, but there are renowned platform where you can the Webull, Fidelity.
Okay. Okay, so maybe I need to get the access if I need to trade.
You need to you need approval from. I mean, you need to apply for to approval for the future.
Okay, okay, understood. And you have the black box membership. How does that help us in trading? If you can just give me a little.
Oh, those are indicators. So, I don't trade based on just the one thing. You need to analyze the market condition, because based on that, if you trade, we can lose the money. So that's why I always like to use varieties of indicators. One is technicals, one is the option flow. Then I also look at the what exactly market conditions are, what are the things happening around. Based on that, we trade. Based on one thing we know. So if you want to, membership is $100 a month, you can have the membership.
Yeah, black box is just inflows and outflows, so they look for large orders.
But based on that, I would not. I mean, I would not tell anybody to go and trade based on that. It's dangerous.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Josh, I tweeted to you, or I think I direct messaged you that.
But I cannot post because I can't. I cannot put myself.
Maybe do you want me to send to Gopi?
Yeah, please. Yeah. Go ahead and send me Gopi.
I don't know if I can post it, but yeah, please send it.
Yeah, please send it to Gopi.
Sure.
Yeah. Satish, how are you?
Hey Josh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, so I have a question and a comment. So question is, what is the floor level for Google? I'm thinking of beginning my long-term position. I've been in cash mostly. I'm thinking of putting some cash to work on Google. And my comment is kind of, I don't know whether you guys know Larry Williams.
Larry Williams. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, so he's a historian, market technician for like 60 years. I've been subscribing to him for about 2 years now. And he's in the market, and he's a cycles guy like you, right? He analyzes all kinds of cycles. And his recent prediction, which came out actually yesterday, he is thinking that we are close to a bottom for, not a short-term bottom, but a bottom for 3.5 years. And so that's pretty interesting. Based on that, that's why I wanted to get into Google levels,
Okay.
Wow, that's awesome, man. I loaded up on Google on my 401k account.
That's wonderful, yeah. And I used to subscribe to Larry for 2 years after the COVID crash. And regarding the note that he sent out on yesterday, he has an indicator called buy signal for that has happened only 18 times in the last 89 years.
But he's only using technicals, or he
No, he does everything. He's a very renowned. I can send you some of his materials. You send me your email, and he's
sure. DM me, and let me take a look at it, and I'll comment on tomorrow live.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of Larry because he's a cycles guy. So he analyzes so many different cycles, and I love to
view that. I really want to love to view that since you recommending.
Yes, I would send you that. Like, he actually retired last year, and many people requested him to. He's like an 89-year-old guy. Like, many people requested him to come out of retirement for this year because of the situation that we are in. And so he's only doing yearly reports. So he does a yearly report, and if anything changes, he will send an update. So he sent an update actually yesterday, saying that the last indicator that he did was the last buy signal. But this is a total market buy signal. The last market buy signal he did that came up was one day before the COVID-19 final bottom. So, and what he's saying is that his previous 89 years, the buy signal, the market usually bottoms within a month of the buy signal. So the buy signal got triggered last Friday. So within the next 4 weeks, he thinks we will have the absolute bottom, and you begin a 3.5 year bull cycle.
Satish, I am looking at a CNBC article which appeared on May 20th, and it says the veteran technical analyst Larry Williams sees a market bottom in the making. So that was May 20th.
This is yesterday. This is yesterday's report. So
is he keeping on telling the market is bottom from last month?
No. But again, he has a seasonality. So if you look at his seasonality, which I've studied as well, this coming week is extremely bad seasonally. You go and look back. He has analyzed last 20 plus years. And then this coming week is seasonally very bad, or it could be this week or the week after, because there is always a July 4th rally, and if you go and look back at the history, there's always a July 4th rally, and I made a lot of money during the COVID crash as well, even the July 4th after COVID crash. So he's a master of cycles.
No, that was the easy one. That was the easy one to.
But even last year, so in 2021, there's always a July 4th rally. So just applying common sense, right? For you to have a rally, something has to come down, right? So obviously things have come down already a lot. But seasonally this week is bad, and then September is also seasonally, because he has all these cycles. September is also a low. But what makes me think also that some of the comments that you guys made is that September is too close to election. You can't be in absolute disarray in the stock market. So I have a feeling, just my gut feeling too, that I think the bottom will happen in the next 4 weeks. And in my mind, the candidates are this week or the week after, or the second week of July, because first week of July is always bullish. So if you get the absolute bottom, so I'm just thinking of myself going into Google. That's the safest of current investments.
He was bullish on 415 when the SPY was 415 3 weeks ago. He was bullish, and since then the SPY touched down to 462. So we need to now find out more in depth. He has made so many. He's not. I mean, maybe he's retired, but absolutely he's very active in market. He's been posting.
Yeah. But if you look at, he does not make these analysis out of thin air, right? So he has like a.
No, I'm sure.
And I mean, you can take it with a grain of salt. All of us need to take it. No one knows what's going to happen tomorrow. But a lot of that is based on hardcore cycles analysis. And also his predictions, inflation is peaking this month. So
yeah, inflation peaking. Yeah, understand. I need to bring the inflation down. That's what my point is. Inflation got to go down.
Man, the one thing about the stock market is nobody can tell exactly what it is.
He's the best buddy of Jim Cramer, Ray. He's the best buddy of Jim Cramer.
Yeah, I think he has that reputation. No one likes Cramer, including me. But I've been subscribing to him outside of Cramer anyway. So.
And if you look at it, right, in the top 20, how many 100 rich people, nobody is a trader. So stock market is one thing where it's hard to predict, man. Otherwise, everybody would have been like billionaires.
Exactly. So, but so Josh, what is the floor of Google?
Yeah, sure. Google has a support at 2450, 2000 support, 2050 is support, and before that is right now 2100. So 2100 has a support, which is good. Google has a lot of support, right? Let me see, 30 minutes.
Because they have the run up to, I believe it's July 15th, right? It's not
So if you take a look at it, consolidating in this area, these price of control between 2200 and 2100. 2200 and 2100 is the area. You see this area. Once we need to break above, we need to break about 2200, then it's a bullish for the Google.
And I think you need to be on records by July 1st.
By July 1st, okay. Yeah. I'm hoping we have some sort of a crash this next couple of weeks and be done with this thing.
Man, everybody be done with
tired of it.
Yeah,
how long this torture will continue?
Yep. Gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Josh.
No problem, man. Thank you. Trader Network, what's up, buddy?
Hey Josh, man, how are you?
Good, how are you?
So Josh, this week Powell is going to be having testimony in Senate and House, right? So generally during that, they normally grill Jerome Powell during that discussions, right? Yeah. So there is the question from both the parties. What do you like? Do you have any opinion?
Jerome Powell's, he'll be, look, the way the inflation is right now out of his control, and he's in the way the pressure, political pressure he has it, he is in a tremendous pressure. This is what I was thinking today also, that he is in a powerful pressure. So if he is in a pressure from the corporate world also, say, hey, why the stock is going down? But then the political world also say, hey, look at this inflation, man. Why you not? Why you were wrong last year? You could. Why didn't you take the action last year? That could be one of the reasons. But this time he'll be more grilled because Janet Yellen came out and she said that too. Say, hey, we made a mistake. We were wrong on that. That is the blunder. So that's why this time Jerome Powell is in big time trouble, guys, because Republicans gonna take him on a roller coaster ride with it.
Yeah, Josh, since you were not there on Friday, right? So I was working with Dave and Gopi during the last couple of hours on Friday. So what I observed during those couple of hours, basically right now everybody, so the big whales, right? So they are rolling off their SPY puts, right? So for the lower price, they are selling the higher one and they are loading the lower one, especially for July 15. And if I look at the open interest, right? So there are a couple of things which normally I check, right? If I go to option, so one is especially for the gamma for SPY, and then second is the open interest. So open interest is too much for put still. I don't know the reason why, but everybody expecting a rally, right, due to certain regions. But if I look at especially with SPY, I'm saying I didn't had a chance to look at Qs, but for SPY, right? So there is a good amount of open interest. Like if you see in numerical figures, right, it's like a 70-30, 70% still on the put side, especially on the open interest. It can be fake. It can be like maybe depending on the situation, right? This week they can accumulate. And second thing, I was looking for the gamma, right? Especially the gamma exposure for SPY. That also was pointing more on the lower side. Still, I think market is undecided this week. So maybe Fed Speaker and Jerome Powell, they may set some tone, right, for the near term, how the market is going to behave. So nobody knows what is going to happen, right? But these are some of the pointers which I was looking for, especially like these data points for near terms.
So I think the people are over on bearish side, right? They can still be on puts because the market is not going to go anywhere because you have all those headwinds right above their head, and they can still be in their puts, still be in their in their short position, and market might move 3 to 4%. That's all, or if it moves at all.
Gopi, did you see the struggle on the upside on Friday? Did you see that?
Yeah, man.
It rejected 6 times, man. 6 times.
Correct. 6
right. So I was looking at the graph, right? Because when you guys were trading, right, I told you there is the same amount of interest on the call and the put side. You guys are going to burn your money, and same thing happened, right? So I was looking at the flow that time. So and I clearly mentioned at like 2 o'clock, like everybody is going to lose, and everybody lost during the time, right? So right now, if whatever I see, I just speak, right? So right now, yeah, even it has a resistance, like it touch that resistance and got rejected 5 or 6 times that time. If you look at NQF, Nasdaq future, or Qs, or any other graph, right? So I still see the struggle to the upside. I don't know when they are going to clear, but maybe something, right? Like some good news.
If the flow comes in, right, then you will see that short covering and all those, people running for cover.
And one more thing, Gopi, I noticed last week, right? So basically, there's a difference between shorting and selling. So when you see the Josh was mentioning for the tier drop pattern, right, in SPY and Qs, especially the gap down scenarios, right? So there are two big European banks. So they sold their position in Microsoft and Apple last week. They sold because they don't see any, because when the last time inflation came more than expected, right? So everybody was having some hope that the rates are peak and inflation is peak, right? But inflation since came more than expected in the last report, right? So during those gap down, right? So some of the banks, they sold their position. I'm not saying for shorting right now. They exited their positions, thinking that the near term still there is more pain. So maybe
do you think it was because of the cord witching day last?
No.
Friday?
So if you look
why
at
they
Swiss,
wanted to pin it there?
Yeah, so if you look at Swiss National Bank, so that was one of the banks which executed for like 5 big tech funds last week. So there may be a few more, because I was just doing Google and wanted to know more why the tier drop pattern happened, because Josh was saying it's not in immediate near term, something had happened. So I was doing more Google. I was looking who executed those positions, right? So one of the bigger contributor was Swiss National Bank for Microsoft and Apple. So and then I thought that maybe like they are not shorting, they are selling and clearing their portfolio for near term. Maybe they will enter once a scenario will become more good for equity, but for now that maybe like macro may take some time to improve.
Mm-hmm. Interesting, but look at this. There's a huge flow for the calls and puts on SPY. Okay, there's a huge flow going on in S&P 500. A lot of activity going on, man.
Well, I don't know if anyone's watching the futures, but I mean, the NASDAQ is up 165 points, and the ES is up 51 points and rising, breaking out resistance.
So, Angela, I post a graph on my feed for Qs. So, generally, if you look at, right, nothing going to go in a straight line, right? So, everybody just go, it's called support and resistance, like demand and supply zone, right? So, if you look at Qs, that same happened 4 weeks back. So, same thing can happen in Qs. So supply can become like support, can become resistance. So it's not going to be a linear one line. So everything going to try and then get rejected. Same thing happened on Friday for intraday. Now it can be for daily, and then eventually maybe next leg down. Who knows?
Yeah, right here we did here.
Yeah, I know for sure. I mean, that's the way that the market moves. So I mean, if we just can keep an eye on support and resistance, but it's it's nice to see some of this momentum. Which I don't know if it's expected or not, and on a Monday, at least with futures, and who knows what news is going to come out, in the middle of the night. So it could all change tomorrow. But, what I've been watching is the 200, weekly, simple moving average on a weekly chart. So, to me, that's an indication that we are bouncing off of the 200 SMA.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. Plus, one more thing to add, there are a lot of people who are sitting on the sideline with a lot of cash being in their hand, and this might be a trigger for them to jump back in.
Gopi, right now, whatever we are thinking of inflation, right? Whatever we are thinking on inflation. So now inflation is going to go in the back seat. So now if you see, right, once this GDP number will come, right, so right now everybody is talking for recession, right? So it's at the mild level. So eventually once we have more clarity on the data, right, so it will gonna to have mild to more, I don't know how much, but it will be. So once earning will come, right, so Apple guidance, especially Apple and Microsoft guidance, because Apple don't give the guidance, but Apple and Microsoft guidance will be the pivot point for defining the recession moving forward. So that's what I think. So because I'm keenly waiting because this earning, right, especially in this crunch environment, right, when everybody is fighting for inflation, right. So earning are not going to be that easy, right? So if they miss on that forward guidance, right, you know what happens with Amazon, right? So same thing can happen with Apple, or same thing can happen with Microsoft. If one tanks, right, the market tanks. Right?
We have a long way for that. We have a long way for that.
Yeah. So I'm expecting because we are not far away from earnings, right? So eventually in few weeks, right? So bank will start, and second, if you look at the credit, right, especially for consumer, because the US, the biggest benefit they have the strong consumer normally. But now if you look at the consumer confidence, right, it's a 40 years low. And it can be like in 2008, we have a subprime crisis, right, for especially in the property market. Now, if you look at the credit card debt, right, we are way, way high. We have crossed all the levels.
Man,
now,
yesterday, Friday, right, before you go there, right, Friday, Bank of America came and said that consumer credit is very strong. You know, it's really good.
So they talking about the consumer credit strong, Gopi, is these that the earlier when you compare with that, this time 750 consumer credit is ratio is, so they're saying that's what they're talking about. But what he's talking about is about the how much
confidence.
Consumer confidence is because of the market. You know,
Gopi, it's not because of the market. There are many different elements. I can speak with you, but consumer confidence, right? So if consumer is weak, right now we are not at the recession point, right? We are just discussing that we are entering the slow growth. Nobody's saying for recession. If you look at the numbers, everybody projecting 15% or 20%, right? So, but once we enter in earnings, right, when you will see the biggest come, right, mega caps, once they give their forward guidance, and once you see their forward P ratios and all, right, so you will slowly get to know, right, because in US there are 2 quarters which are generally strong in earning. One is for summer and other is for holidays, which comes in like the last quarter. So Q2 and Q4 are the one which generally generate the most revenue for most of the company in S&P like 500. But right now, since this result, right, they are going to define, because if they miss in this summer quarter, right, so it will be because the one which comes in Q3 and Q1 are normally not that strong. Q2 and Q4 are the most strong quarter in terms of the consumer demands for summer and for holiday.
So trade, imagine if the results are weak, what is it going to imply? The Fed will be easing, right? The market will turn.
So Gopi, if the results are weak, right? If the results are, so they will get a nice haircut. That's for sure. Whether it's Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, nobody cares. They will get a decent haircut, right? So same thing happened with so many other companies. So because right now everybody looking for Apple, because Apple is mostly like in 401k and all, right? So right now Apple is somehow like having still. If you look at pre-COVID lows and all, so there are 4 or 5 different stocks, right? Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, and Google, and couple of more. They are more than their pre-COVID low. But these are the journals, right? So we are still waiting for these to go down, right? So these are the last one pending, right? So we'll see eventually, but they will not get on the day one, right? So once their earning will come, right, then they will get the haircut. Once they get the haircut, right, so then if their valuation become more attractive, right, so we'll get some rally. So it all depends.
Can I point something out? So the timing of the earnings I find is really interesting with the mega caps, which is at the end of July, correct?
Yeah.
And guess when we have the GDP?
Yeah, end of June, because the quarter ends.
Yeah, I mean, the GDP is going to matter more than anything else, in my opinion.
And what?
And I think they will do this quarter better, and Apple is going to say next quarter too, we won't give you guidance.
Yeah, or they're gonna do buybacks, or they're shifty. They have so much capital. They could come up with do an acquisition of. A lot of people are theorizing that Apple could buy Roku or whatever. They could do whatever. I mean, they'll do something, right? I would think with the cash, it'll be a buyback. It'll be an increase in dividend. it'll be an announcement with maybe Amazon with the dividend, even if it's 20 cents. I don't know. That's I mean, I'm speculating. It's all speculation, but that's my thought.
So that's correct. For traders, right? Well, what is now? If let's assume that we are all bearish, right? And we don't take a position. So Apple is at around $130. Let's assume that by the time earnings are there, Apple goes to $150. I'm giving you an example. And now Apple takes a haircut to 140. No big deal, man. You got in at 130. That is what my point is. If you're missing those bottom, that haircut could be like a temporary thing, and then you will have all this, the Fed is not going to cut anymore. They're going to, they will have to ease and stuff like that. So that is another thing to consider.
Gopi, see, I'm not expert, right? So I can give my 2 cents. I can give my 2 cents, right? This is just my 2 cents, my opinion. I can be completely wrong, but I don't see right now anybody jumping and buying these. Only I see this is like a trader and like especially for market. I do not see any investor jumping in. If you look at why, so Swiss National Bank was holding Apple and Microsoft last 15 years, man. They sold this week. See, I just look at the news and the data point and I spoke, right?
Right.
Until these things improve, right? So in US, I'm only 40 years, right? I don't have much, I have only 10, 15 years of trading experience, not much. I have not seen inflation that much high in US. So right now, whosoever is saying, right, they have not seen these kind of circumstances in US. So nobody knows what the future is going to look like. It can be anything. We just need to buckle our seatbelt, right, and need to see, right? So even in any dot-com bubble, any 2008, so everybody say those who have money made history. So I think we need to save our capital. Once the right time will come, you can only miss profit for a couple of weeks, but you can enter, right? But if you enter early, right, it's very difficult to exit. That's what I think. So this is my opinion. So I somehow was lucky to exit my portfolio, and I'm happy. Josh knows me. So I'm waiting for the opportunity. Once the opportunity will come, I may wait for a week or 2 weeks. I can lose that profit. But right now, I do not see Gopi that happening. I also spoke with so many friends. We also do research. But right now, I do not see. This is my 2 cents. Maybe wrong.
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. So I'm also not saying that we have it's the bottom and we'll keep on going up. But for the shorter term, for 2 to 3 weeks, I'm bullish. And I could be wrong, but I bet on that. So let's see.
Yeah, let's give a market a time, guys. We don't want to be bullish and bearish a little bit. Let's see how things are. Anybody else has any question, guys? Let me know. Let's take a question because it's 10 o'clock, 10:30 actually. And I want to take a question if anybody has it before we wrap it up. I didn't even take my dinner yet. Okay, I'm gonna go through the YouTube. Anybody, people are saying, okay, app gang. Okay, I'm just looking up the real quick. Welcome, Katie. Okay, I don't see any quick questions on it on YouTube. Those are questions are already answered. About the gold, I already looked at up gold. Gold is consolidated. Okay, I told you I need to ask few questions. Yeah, please go ahead, Nishant Agarwal. You said, I think you are already here on the Twitter space, Nishant, right? You already asked me the question on YouTube and okay. And somebody on Discord, Josh, how's Apple looking for next week? Okay, Apple is right here. Apple is looking. Man, I did not like the Apple chart compared to other chart actually. So if I tell you about 30 minutes, let me go and look at the Apple. So right now market is bouncing, but what Apple need to do is this. Okay, so Apple is right now, man, look at this. Apple need to break above this area right here around 137 is the area to break to be bullish. We need to have a 200 moving average, which is 138. Apple to break to be bullish. Until that right now market is 1 2 3 4 5 days is right here ping pong between 132 and 135. We need to cross that area. That's the battle Apple has it. So 138 is the cross mark we need to cross to be bullish. Until that, it's just ping pong in here. So next week, right now is looking trending bullish. One here, 1 and 2 days. But again, we need to cross more. Okay. So right now intraday it looking bullish. If market condition change, Apple also will change, guys. Okay. Remember, Apple short term is looking bullish. Okay. Still we need a longer term for the weekly. We need a more time to analyze. Short term is looking bullish. For a very short term is looking bullish. Okay, because the whole fresh new week starts. That's why we need to wait and see. Okay. What is your SPY QQQ play for next week? No. Next week is let the market start and we will see. For me right now, my positions are on long positions on SPY, which I bought it, SPXL I bought it, options, calls, which are monthly calls, and I'm holding overnight. On Friday I bought it. You know that market tank, and I bought it, and I announced, hey, market touchdown bottom, and I'm gonna hold it. Then
wait, Josh, can you repeat that? What did you buy on Friday?
Friday I bought a SPXL 3 bulls calls, temporary calls, because I am in and out. I buy and take some money and out.
Yeah. Okay. So you're looking for a gap up tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly, something like that. I'm looking for it. So very quick profit, because we are very bottom, and I announced that if I feel like a bottom, maybe a bull cycle, maybe temporary bull, whatever that would be, I need a time to analyze as the fresh new week starts, and whatever happens, I will keep watching.
Okay, so you bought the
SPXL. Yeah, SPY call I bought. Yeah, and then I shorted VIX.
And you shorted the VIX. Okay, great. Okay, awesome. Yeah, good. That's going to play out for you.
Yeah, that's the things. So right now, okay, intraday we will see what are the market bulls and bearish, because market starts is always fresh week. You got to give about an hour and see how the market reacting. Maybe 30 minutes we'll see, but we'll announce. I like to be on the live, and then we'll see how the price actions are rolling, because its bottom market was like quite a bit was bottom, so we'll see whatever the market plays. I like to play intraday this condition. Okay, can you please post here? I will post some swing trade, but I don't like too much posting on a swing trade, because many people lose money if they don't react on time. And man, believe me, man, these days it's dangerous. If I give you anything long side, I know it's bottom out, but it's right now the things on. It's a political pressure going on, guys. It's a lot of political pressure for the inflation. That's why. So it's a time.
Yeah, and we're in really pivotal territory on the technicals. I mean, these are key levels. So, and there was a history around. I forgot who was quoting me, but that we've never seen historically 11 weeks down going into 12 weeks. So we've already gone down 12 weeks in a row.
Mm-hmm.
We've never seen historically 12 weeks down. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see how. That's why I said when short side, I got to be a little careful, because it's overextended. And but again, we will see how the market reacts. Slowly we'll go one step at a time. I do not like the earlier going too early for a long position is dangerous. So intraday would be the best, and see how the market reacts, guys. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Josh. Yeah, okay. You have a good night.
All right, thank you, guys.
Hope you had a great Father's Day.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Let's wrap it up, guys. I got to also go. It's 10:30. So if anybody has
everyone.
Bye, Angela. Bye. I appreciate it.
Bye. Thank you.
I do not want to leave anything. Anybody has a question, please come forward. Otherwise, I will close it. Okay. So still I'm here. If anybody has a question, please come forward. Okay. It looks like nobody. If anybody has a question, raise the hand and I'll. Okay.
Going 1, going 2, and going 3. Done.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Good night. And see you tomorrow morning, guys. Who is the Chuck? Mr. Chuck.
Yep. Good night, guys.
guys.
All right. Good night. Good night. If you have a question, let me know. Okay.
No, we're good. It was a good conversation this evening. Thank you, guys.
All right. Sounds good, guys. See you tomorrow morning, 9:30 live stream. Okay. See you tomorrow morning, 9:30. Thank you. Good night, guys. Everybody. Thanks. Bye, guys.